Hey there, Latin AP and Latin 3. This is Book 1, Chapter 4 of Caesar. So Caesar 1, 4. As you see, we've set the stage for not only the geography of the place, but also its importance to Rome. And he used the word nostra, right? So to our safety in some levels. And then he starts to zoom in on the Helvetii, specifically on a man named Orgetorix, who not only are the Helvetii trying to leave, but also there is another layer afoot here. So he's kind of making the case for why Rome needs to step in. So here we are, 1-4. This plan, this conspiracy, this scheme, was disclosed, was divulged to the Helvetii through informants. In accordance with their customs, or according to their customs, they, the Helvetii, forced Orgetorix to plead his case in chains. It was necessary for the punishment, or for that, it was the law. It was necessary for the penalty being inflicted upon him to be burned alive by fire if he was condemned. So you're already in chains. If you're condemned and found guilty, then we're going to set you on fire. So there you go. Kind of a little interesting twist there. On the day that had been decided for pleading his case, Orgetorix collected from all the places, or from everywhere, to the tribunal, or to the judgment, to the court. Now, keep in mind they didn't have courthouse buildings, but they'd have open areas, and you'd bring the judges there, right? So to the court. His whole household. So Orgetorix brought from everywhere to the tribunal his whole household. Now, a household isn't just people who live with you, as you're about to see. About 10,000 people. And he brought together into that same place all of his dependents and his debtors, of whom he also had a large number. So this guy, I mean, he was the richest guy that there was, and he calls a huge rally to his to his trial. Through these people, he escaped, so that he would not have to plead his case. So what's interesting here is there's a little bit of jurisprudence going on. Essentially, if he doesn't plead his case, he can never be found guilty. If he's never found guilty, they can't fire him. And then it gets weird. While the tribe, outraged by this matter, let's use incensed, because they were just going to light him on fire, so let's use incensed. Incensed by this escape, they attempted to pursue justice by force of arms. So in other words, we're going to capture that guy. And the magistracy, that is the officials, drove out, assembled, drafted a large number of men from the fields. Orgetorix died. Just very abrupt. And by the way, mortuus est is an active verb. It's deponent, so it still looks a little weak, but it's an active verb, and he just did it. Orgetorix died. And there was not a lack of suspicion. Suspicion was not lacking, as the Helvetii think or estimate, that indeed he killed himself. So literally, you can't fire me, I quit. Which means then that his cause isn't necessarily harmed just because he's not there. So we're seeing a lot of interesting things going on here, and it's also put into context that the Romans could probably understand. Since killing yourself, since suicide, there were a lot of legitimate reasons to do that in Rome. Well, Orgetorix did it here. Catiline had something similar happen just a few years earlier in Rome, and that's what, if you remember the very beginning of Latin 3, Cicero was speaking against Catiline. Anyway, I'm going to hit the button.